Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 2, We All Fall Down. Now that I'm finally getting back into my reviews because of finals and just all that madness, um, I sat down, I watched this actually probably last Monday. I just didn't have time to review it because of finals. But I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it actually had a very interesting style to it because it was really creepy, or it got a little creepy. It wasn't exactly creepy, but it was like pseudo creepy, really weird because it's like this family. As things kind of went on, Madison kind of points out some facts, like the mom of the family. She clearly turned the lights on for a reason, and it's like, is she getting, like what's going on with the family? Like what's going on with the dad? Because he seems like everything's fine. It's like we live out on the island, everything's cool. Um, we find out this stuff like his son is his oldest son. We find out from him like our dad's kind of been teaching us to kind of survive in general, from the start. So it's like, all right, clearly they're that type of survivalist family, and it was just interesting going through and just watching how everything was playing out, and it just kind of gets darker and darker, and then the father kind of finds out what's going on with the mother and her wanting them to take their kids. And then it gets really crazy, and then the little girl ends up taking the pill, and it does actually kill her, and then that ends up killing the mother because of course she gets close, and it's like she wanted to be with her daughter, so that takes her down. She gets the dad, and it just falls apart. But they stay on the island, the oldest son and the young son, and it was just crazy. Like just that whole story, I really enjoyed because it started off fairly simple. It's like the whole time it was like we're gonna stop here for a little bit, wait for this ship to pass, which does pass, which I thought was interesting. I thought for sure if, they have, obviously Strand has radar on his yacht, they have radar too. And we still don't know if it was the guy that was on the radio. So they go past them, and it's like, all right, they clearly chose to do that because I'm pretty sure you're still on the radar technically, even if you aren't moving. I could be wrong because I don't really know radars. But they end up going past them, and it just really surprised me because if they were that close, then they would have been able to track them at least going to the island. Like, oh, this is where they stopped at. We could check that out if we want to. So even if you don't show up when you're standing still, they were there the whole time. Like if they're on, if the people following them were on the radar as they were just docked, then they would have them on the radar unless they just don't have one, which seems really crazy to me. If it's happening, and who knows? Like, I'm assuming this boat's going to be important. It could just be random other survivors. Maybe they don't even have radar, which once again doesn't make any sense because, yachts are built at certain speeds, as are speedboats. So it's not like these people are in some jet, rocket fueled speedboat that's somehow faster than Strand's yacht. That's just not the case. So they have a big ship that's really fast, and based on everything that's kind of played out, it seems like it will lead to sort of a military sort of conclusion. But I guess we still don't really know. It could be anyone that just has. It could be a normal yacht. It could be a military yacht. There could be, they could be normal people and not the people that shot up that boat. And then there's a totally different yacht or crazy military thing going on, and they're the ones that shot up the boat. So we just don't know. And it seemed like that would be the case because that boat was really close. Like they were at the boat, and yet this other ship was like really far out for some reason coming towards them. It's like you think that they would have, once again with the whole radar idea, they would have destroyed this one boat, and then they would have seen the Abigail on their radar as well, or whatever the name of the boat is. I believe it's Abigail. I'm pretty sure. But you think they would see the yacht and they would go attack them as well. So it's like maybe this yacht or whatever was behind them really is just another survivor yacht, and then there's a third, possibly military, possibly just crazy people on another yacht or something who have weapons or something like that. So it just seemed interesting because it's like if they were really following them, they could just go to exactly where they are. Like, oh, they docked and they stopped moving. Well, let's go get them if that's what they really wanted to do, but they don't. So it had me really curious when that happened. Like they finally go past them. It's like, all right, that was a conscious decision not to go out of the way and change their path to actually follow them to this island. So they go past, and then we have all the stuff with the family, and we also have Salazar and Strand, which I loved when Salazar was like, we'll keep you company. He's like, I don't mind the solitude. He's like, nah, I insist. That was one of my favorite parts. It was like, no, we're gonna, we'll just keep an eye on you because we still don't trust you because you're really crazy and suspicious. And he finds all this stuff. They did a great job in this episode, I think, with Strand and hinting at some really weird stuff because they talk about the fact that he had all this stuff set up already before they even went to the house. As soon as they got there, it was like he already had bags packed and all this other stuff. So it's like he was doing something. And then in this episode, we find the machine gun on the yacht, and he's got like some maps in there as well. I don't believe there was anything like circled on the maps, but there were several different types of maps if I remember right. And it was just very interesting. It's like, okay, so he has that. And then, of course, the scene after Salazar finds all that stuff, we go to Strand, he's on the phone talking with someone, and it's like, how long can you stay wherever it is that you are? And it's like, alright, sundown, I'm gonna make it there. So there's someone that he cares about that he's trying to reach, and he has to get there, which we might see in the next episode, which, I don't know if I'm gonna end up watching that anytime soon. I probably still won't see that for a while. I might still be 2 episodes behind by the next time I do a review because I have so many other shows to catch up on. But it was very interesting. It's like, okay, something weird's happening here. Whoever this person is, he's not saying that that's who he's going towards or anything like that, which he easily could because they wouldn't, because they didn't know anything about what was safe and what wasn't. So if he said, hey, this is my boat, I have to find whoever this person is he's trying to head towards. I think if he told everyone that, they'd be like, okay, it's family. That makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't you go straight for family? Even if you don't know it's safe, you have to try. They're, for the most part at least, they're, safe on the water. So, I don't think they would have gone nuts and tried to argue with him anyway. So it's weird that he's keeping that hidden because it's such a simple thing. Like, hey, this is my sister or brother or wife or child or who knows what it is. I'm assuming it's an adult. um Mostly, at least there's obviously an adult present. There probably is an adult with a child because that just makes it more dramatic, but it's obviously an adult he was talking to. It wasn't just like he was calling the kid on the cell phone or something. So I'm just very curious. I don't know who it is that he's trying to get to, but obviously they matter. It could be the person who's named after the boat, but once again, despite his character, you think it would just make more sense to be like, hey, I want to get to my wife, or possibly ex-wife, or even sister, whoever this person is. You think it would just make sense to be like, this is where we're going first, because this is my family, or at least, or like, someone who's so close that he considers them family. But instead, it's still crazy, super secret. I'm gonna go to the little, um, I guess it was like a restaurant or something. That was a really weird thing. I was kind of confused during that stuff. It was almost like there was a mini city or something. I was a little confused by that scene when that happened. It was like a pier, I guess. So he's in like this little abandoned restaurant or whatever, and he's just on the phone, and it's like this weird little secret, and it's like it's hard to tell because he's just the character that he is. He saved these people, could have just took off, but he didn't, and yet he has this random secret where you think it would be simple, like I said, just hey, family member, friend, or something. This is why we're going this way, or we're going to get this person, just flat out, like, we're going to get this person. So it's like, I don't know, it's really suspicious what's going on there. I assume it's going to be bad just because of the way they're playing his character, and that's probably the point. It might ultimately end up being, like, really simple, but he hid it because he didn't want any arguments. But at the same time, he's just like, my boat, my boat, my boat, so I don't know why that would even matter to him, unless he just didn't want to deal with it, I guess, I don't know. But I really like that, sort of suspicion that they're building even further on his character. Clearly, the way they started his character, he was instantly like the evil genius character, but more good than bad. But secretly, something weird and dark going on. So I'm very excited to see where they take that. The main story, the element of the family and how things were weird and how the wife basically signaled them on purpose. I really enjoyed it. I really liked the way all that stuff played out, and the father kind of losing it a little bit, then the daughter, unfortunately, taking the pill that Nick found. And I mentioned that before, that's going to be coming up, him having like his withdrawal stuff. and it definitely, showed in this episode. He wasn't losing it in this one, but he was definitely searching, like, okay, time for me to find some pills. And he was searching through the guy's room and everything, and he, found the pills in the globe, which ultimately led to that little girl knowing that they're there. And it was just very interesting, and that was kind of the reveal after he mentioned, like, those pills aren't just like random secret hidden pills. Those are like kill you overdose pills. And then that's when things got extra crazy, towards the very end of the episode. But I really enjoyed that. I like the way it degraded insanely quickly. And I thought they were actually going to add the little boy on, like into the cast and stuff. And then his older brother's like, no, screw that. Like, we're still going to stay here. And then he has to, shoot his mother. But it's just a crazy ending with the two of them. It was definitely a good story. I really enjoyed the story for this one. But I'm excited to see where they take things for this next episode. Hopefully I get to see it soon. I'm pretty sure I won't get to see it, until after the newest episode comes out, actually, because I've only got a couple days, and plus I got, hopefully, a graduation on Sunday. So, still won't end up having enough time to see the most recent episode until I'm once again 2 weeks behind. But I still enjoyed this, and I definitely want to know what you guys thought about it. Whether you've seen the episode or not, I would definitely know what you guys thought about this episode. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And I doubt the answer has already been given in the most recent episode, because it seems like a big enough secret to keep hidden for a while. Although I kind of hope that they revealed it in the next one. But I definitely want to know, who this person is, who you guys think the person is that Strand was talking to, and why it was so important to keep them secret rather than, just flat out saying, this is who we're going to get, or we're reaching this person. Like, is it because it's bad? Is he, one thing that came to mind, which seems to be the most insane, answer, is that he's going to try to trade some of the people on the boat and, like, sell them or something, which just makes no sense to me in the zombie apocalypse. But you never really know. Things could just be so insane. People are just like, money. Who, just people not even thinking, I guess. But I don't really think that's the answer, because that wouldn't make any sense. But I don't know. It's hard to guess why he'd keep it secret. That's the craziest thing. Like, clearly it's someone important, but that person can take off, so they have their own route to leave. It's not like they're trapped there or anything like that. It's like, I can only stay until this time. So it still seems like he's going to either get something or get someone, but it's like, clearly there are people sticking around. And maybe it's some crazy thing, like someone's in a home or something like that. Maybe it was a nurse he was talking to that he paid like a buttload of money, or he knows, like, hey, I can get you a buttload of supplies or something when I get there. We have a lot of stuff on the yacht, maybe. So that seems like it's a plausible option, even though it's, super risky. It's family, so it's one of those things that doesn't matter if, they, logically speaking, they'd be a liability, but realistically speaking, like, it's family, so you're gonna do whatever. Although it would be weird that they'd be so incredibly far away, but it might just be the best one there is, that type of deal. So, I'll have to wait and see. Don't know if the answer's in the next episode, but like I said, I definitely want to know what you guys thought about this one and what you think his secret is. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.